when it comes to yoga and holistic well-being that you wanted me to talk about, instead of, let's say, just talking about yoga and giving in theory or in practical, as Archana ji has done, I would like to just connect maybe what I want to convey to my personal experience, because taking our audience not only as through all the theory, but through something that one has lived and truly experienced and benefited from, I think would be maybe interesting bridge to connect
Absolutely.
our audience
Absolutely.
to the practice of yoga. So first of all, to understand that holistic well-being is such a vast, comprehensive approach, not only to our health, but to our overall existence. And before we explore the interconnectedness which holistic well-being has with yoga, it's essential to have clarity about what all encompasses us as human beings and how all these different elements of who we are, of our existence, um, kind of make us whole and complete. So, in general, we usually refer to physical, energy, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies, and the wholeness. When I say wholeness, it's with W, whole, of our existence, holds the utmost importance in the evaluation and consideration of our health. As in holistic approach, we recognize how all these different components are interconnected and how certain imbalances in one area can actually impact some other areas too. So let me just share certain key aspects of holistic well-being and yoga, and how yoga's powerful impact and contribution to holistic well-being, which I have witnessed, be it with my clients, in work with my clients, with people who are close to me, or as I said, personally, while practicing yoga for the last 19 years. So let's begin what I mentioned as first body or layer as being a physical health, the impact which it has on physical health. So practicing yoga, as we all know, involves various postures or asanas, and it really helps us build strength, improve flexibility. So many years back, when I had a fracture on my foot, of my right foot, I was in a plaster. Still, it didn't, stop me from practicing yoga daily to my capacity at that moment. Since yoga is not only related to our physical body, of course, I had benefits on many other levels, but still, I was able to maintain certain level of flexibility, strength in many other areas of my physical body, despite being, so to say, disabled to move as much as I would have wanted to due to my leg being in a plaster. So, irrespective of what your body, in what condition your body is, there is always a way to find what suits you. So it's very important to have right guidance, somebody who is going to guide you through and assist you in the process of you finding where you stand at when it comes to your physical condition, as you are beginning or wherever you are right now, and where you want to be and what all you can implement. So even while having certain injury, you can still practice and achieve or maintain particular amount of certain amount of strength and flexibility. And also, besides strength and flexibility, since yoga requires certain balance, it actually enhances our stability and coordination as well. So I see so many people who can't even, walk properly, or who do not have proper balance and stability. And it's not only about physical body. So when you practice balancing postures, balancing asanas, it impacts your mental capacity, your balance in life overall, your stability overall. But I will come back to that when we go through mental aspect. There are certain styles, that more dynamic styles of yoga, such as vinyasa, ashtanga, which also improve your cardiovascular endurance. So there are different ways in which yoga can really help you when it comes to physical level. Then we have second level, which would be our mental health and the impact which yoga has on our mental health. And stress reduction can never be obviously over emphasized, since yoga certainly has tremendous role to play when it comes to mental health. First of all, including regular breathing exercises or pranayama, followed by meditation in our regular practice, and regularity is the key, truly helps de-excite and calm our nervous system. In that way, even when I work with my clients in, let's say, hypnotherapy or anything else that people would come to me for, I would always direct them to practice of certain pranayama, and of course meditation, because nervous system, calmer nervous system, so moving from sympathetic to parasympathetic nervous system, helps us in so many numerous ways. Ladies come to me wanting to lose weight. So many people are still not aware that weight loss can be so much related to us spending more time in, being in that sympathetic action, thoughts, rushing, too stressed in that kind of mode. So the moment we shift from sympathetic to parasympathetic mode, the entire system calms down, the stress hormones get reduced. It just impacts our system in so many ways that actually it helps even with weight loss. I remember when I studied at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, there was an example of a lady who was into so much of cardio. She was running every day. She was exercising for like several hours a day. Still, she couldn't lose weight. She went for a yoga retreat, I think for 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, there was no such rigorous exercise, but she was practicing asanas, she was practicing pranayama, she was practicing meditation. She went into that slow mode and she lost, I forgot how many kilos, but there's something called slow down diet. It's actually a way of telling us that we can actually move much further and much faster sometimes by slowing down. So I think that would be the kind of shortest way I would explain this. And when it comes to shifting from your parasympathetic to your sympathetic nervous system, I always tell people the simplest way to do so is just to focus on your abdominal breathing. You can even place your palm on your stomach and just go into the way babies breathe. So basically, as we inhale, we inflate our belly. As we exhale, we just deflate it. So the belly goes back towards the spine. The simplest, yet very, very impactful way of making that switch from stress and activity to rest, digest mode. So, in addition, when we are stress free or our stress is reduced, it has shown huge impact on enhancement of our focus and mental clarity, which of course leads to much better decision making, problem solving skills. And again, as a testament to this, I have a personal experience where I had a significant impact of yoga on, let's say, my academic performance, because I went to some higher education for some higher education studies even at this age, and I could see the impact yoga would have on me. Actually, I would see the impact when I wasn't able, let's say, to practice on certain days, how I would feel and how much I would be able to achieve. So I would always tell all my students, clients, to incorporate all this when they are dealing with stress, when they are dealing with their exams, overall with the studies, and of course for working people and women who are handling a lot. And I mean, everyone can benefit from that, right? Then again, related to our mental well-being is our emotional well-being as well, as our emotions are directly connected to our thoughts. And in that way, yoga can certainly help us balance our emotions, hence, again, achieving that balance in all different areas of life. It can, as Atmanin Raviji mentioned, it can really help in reducing anxiety, in dealing with depression as well. And here, again, for balancing, something that, again, very simple tool, which I always like to share and guide my clients to do, is simple Nadi Shodhan Pranayama. So Nadi Shodhan Pranayama means alternate nostril breathing, where we inhale through one nostril, exhale through the other, inhale through that one, exhale. I mean, I wouldn't have time to really guide you through the process, but I'm sure that actually most of our audience knows about it, or they can inform themselves further about it. When we are in balance, there's so much that happens, and that, how do I say, I will give you an example. So I was traveling, and I went to one wonderful place where there was a lady who was doing auric scanning of the aura. So she meets thousands of people per year. So she scanned my aura, and she told me, "What is it that you do?" So I told her, I don't know what exactly you refer to." So she said there are rare people who come to me for aura scanning, who are so balanced, who have such nice balance of their left and right. So we have Ida Nadi, Pingala Nadi, Sushumna Nadi. I mean, we have these um, two different sides, let's say, to us. So one side is more of a moon, action, analytical, logical mind. It's more of a masculine. The other one is more of a, that's the sun, and the other one is more of a moon and creativity and emotions, and more of a feminine. So when we are in balance, how do who I am when I am in balance? I'm somebody who is completely aligned with both with my mental and my creative self. I balance my masculine and my feminine. We both we all have this. We balance our left and right hemisphere of the brain as well. So there is so much that happens when we do this. So please, I really urge you to try and practice this. And then the last element would be our spiritual well-being, of course, and through then as we have practices such as pranayama and then meditation. Uh, Through meditation, so there is lots of self-reflection, self-awareness, mindfulness, conscious living, which fosters much deeper connection to ourselves. So what happens when we live unconsciously? We keep on repeating the patterns of Atman Ravaji was mentioning sorrow and so many different emotions which are not wanted. Sometimes even we get into victimhood mode. But then once we begin to live consciously, we begin to go beyond such patterns. And the true discipline, and yoga is a discipline, is truly empowering. So how to embark on such a journey? Just start with one breath at a time, one step at a time, and move on. So Bilgis, I'm not so sure how much more time I have.
I think it's very beautifully that you have connected all the elements together, and you have very beautifully told us how all these things are interconnected, and show
Yes,
you have
yes,
told
it's all
your
in here.
stories from your life, and it has been very insightful. Daniela, I'm afraid we are short of time, and there are other speakers who
Okay,
are waiting in
sure,
queue.
sure.
Thank you so
So
much for being with us.
thank you.
And
I just wanted to mention that International Yoga Day. I can see Vesna is there. She's Um, she's the next one. I was sharing actually with her last night. International Yoga Day happens to be just day before my birthday, and for me, yoga really represents the celebration of life. And I always consider this day to be the most beautiful, enriching way of bringing in my birthday. So while this commitment, which I have towards nourishing, nurturing, supporting myself, is really awarding me with living a healthy, meaningful, and joyful life. I think celebrating yoga, I actually celebrate life, and I continue to deepen this vow, which I've given to myself to continue to support myself so that I could be supporting others to the best of my
that's very
ability.
beautiful and very,
So,
very
Thank you so much,
inspirational.
Mr.
yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.